I am making a vegetable chili today. I'm calling it chili. I don't know what word we want to use to call it, but it's just getting a whole load of vegetables together, making it into a lovely kind of heartwarming stew, I guess you'd say, with some legumes and making it tasty. I love this dish because you can almost use any vegetables you like you've got in the house. So I always start with some onions or some leeks and some garlic as the base, and actually I quite like my onions to be a bit chunky in something like this. I want all my vegetables to still be seen at the end, as if they're kind of like, yeah, the chunky part of the dish. And I'm using the onions, I'm using the garlic, and the leeks for that matter, because they're all incredibly good for the gut. They're prebiotic, and I like that very much, because I know I'm feeding my good gut bacteria when I am eating a dish like this. So I'm not even going to finely chop up the garlic, I'm just going to kind of leave it whole, because I don't want that to burn, and I just wanted to impart its flavour. And because you're cooking this for a fair bit of time, then the garlic just softly cooks up, even in this kind of big kind of whole state. So I'm putting in, I guess these are quite large actually, 3 or 4 garlic cloves, a couple of red onions, and I actually had some leek in the house, so I'm even going to throw in a leek, because leek is quite well researched actually as being a fabulous prebiotic vegetable. And also I love that sort of softness and sweetness that leek gives a dish like this. In that goes as well. And I'll start that cooking. But in fact, there's no kind of, in this dish, you don't need to kind of sweat off the vegetables and the onions and the garlics like this. First of all, you just kind of really are throwing everything in. Let me get that going. That's on about a medium heat. And I'll get that cooking up. And then I'm going to just roughly chop up all the other vegetables. Got some courgettes. And I have got some pumpkin. Oh, sorry, not pumpkin. Parsnip. I knew it began with P. I've got some parsnips as well. They came in my veggie box, and I just kind of thought that sweetness would actually be really delicious in this chili. So we're going to do some parsnip. I've washed all these. I'm not going to bother peeling them. They don't need peeling at all. Got some parsnip. I've got some carrots. And I've got a red pepper, which actually I think classically goes in a chili dish. If you're kind of trying to be authentic, which I'm not. A bit of a chili has a pepper in it generally. So there we go. Put that in as well. Okay, so those are all the veggies. Before I put all these chunky veggies in, I'm going to just add the spices. Now, this is just really whatever you've got in your house, but the classic flavours to me are cumin. Now, this could be powdered cumin or these whole cumin seeds. I'm going to put 2 teaspoons in that. I've got some smoky paprika, and I'm putting that in because I just think it is absolutely divine in this dish. I think it's getting quite big. I think I'm going to put 2 teaspoons in. I've got a little bit of cinnamon here, and I felt that kind of would give a lovely undertone to the whole dish. So I'm putting in a little bit of cinnamon. And I've got, I don't have chili flakes or chili powder in the house, but I've got a little bit of cayenne, and cayenne gives it quite a kick. So I'm putting in about 1/4 teaspoon, and I can always add in some more later. But I've got a sad old fresh chili here. I'm also going to pop that in as well when I've got room on my board. So let's just stir these around a bit and let their kind of aromatic flavours just kind of mix with the oil and the smell. Oh my gosh, gorgeous. Get that going. Then I'll throw in these vegetables. just chop up that chilli. I want this to be a little bit spicy, as I mentioned. So I'm actually not going to take the seeds off the chilli at all. But if you don't like this to be too hot, or you're cooking it for young children that don't like a really hot dish, then just scrape off, with the back of a teaspoon or something, scrape off the chilli seeds that are inside the fresh chilli. This dish would actually be just as delicious with just a little hint of chilli. As I say, if you've got young children or something like that, great. Okay, now there is a bit of a base to the dish, and it's absolutely lovely, and all that vibrancy and all that vitality. And what you've got here is you've got the rainbow. You've got a whole mixture of vegetables in here. The variety is the key to your gut microbiota and health. Anything you can put in here, to be honest. Root vegetables do seem to be the best, but any would go. I might put cauliflower in, or broccoli if I had it around as well. It's a bit of a chilli. And then I'm going to cook it all up with a kind of a sauce. So I'm cheating and I'm using chopped tomatoes. If you don't have chopped tomatoes in the house, or a tin of whole tomatoes, you could use some tomato paste. And I need a little bit more liquid than that. You could use water if you want to, but I've actually got some chickpea cooking liquid that I'm going to use. Probably need about that much. But water will be just as fine, or some broth if you've got some broth around. Oh, hello. Wasp. Alright, I'm going to pop a lid on that, and I'm going to leave that to cook for, I think, probably not so long that everything is falling apart, but just enough so the vegetables are just not too raw and crunchy. So I reckon about 20 minutes on a medium-low heat. I am just going to see how this chili's gone. I threw in, about 5 minutes ago, I threw in some wild garlic, and I also threw in some cooked chickpeas and some black beans to warm, and it is smelling fabulous. So I am going to just add a few bits of topping to it. Oh yeah, and a bit of salt and pepper. I think she won't need pepper because it's got so much chili in, but I haven't salted it yet. I did try it, and it does need some salt. Now let me leave that for a moment and just show you what I like to do on top. I usually like a little bit of contrast to pop on top, so often if I've got a ripe avocado in the house, I will use that, and I really like that to have around. I like its creaminess actually on top of the chili. So let me just cut that up ready, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so, and I've already pre-cut some cucumber because I like that crunchiness on top. So I tend to serve the chili with a bit of brown rice. And so I pop a bit of brown rice in a bowl. You can do any way you like. You can have it with whatever you have in the house, or you can just have a stonking great big bowl of the chili, because it's just amazing. Then I would add some of the chili. And then I would top it with some of my favourite bits and bobs. I top it with a bit of avocado, some crunchy kind of fresh cucumber. I might top it with some pumpkin seeds here. And I might finish it off with a bit of yogurt, just some natural plain yogurt. And if you've got some jalapenos in the house, I always think that's actually really nice, just to give it another bit of dimension, of a kick. And there we are. That is a fabulous dish for your gut health and for your taste buds, and it's going to really fill you up.